Recording in progress.
Yep. Good morning, everyone. So, have you tried that example? Hmm? I uploaded complete example, na? Right? The complete CRUD operation example I uploaded. Have you tried? Database you have to create. Rest of all the contents I given. Working, all operations are working fine. Right? So, anybody try to design the complete interface with Bootstrap, CSS, HTML, everything. Just like YouTube screen. Try to design such screen. Means functionality you will get. But design good screen. You have to try to create good interface. Okay. Now, after understanding that, yesterday I showed you one more how we can deploy on cloud. Have you tried? Anyone tried? Deploying on cloud. You try to create a portfolio like, and if you have designed, submit to class. We'll check. Right? I asked you to design a portfolio, create an online link and post that link. We will see, right? Portfolios are very important. So you try to design that. So after knowing deployment, one more thing, as I told you. So we will have the concept of unit testing. Deploying, another one is unit testing. So unit testing is nothing but actually, what is the concept of testing? Generally in software technologies, what is testing? Whether there are errors or not, identifying the errors, that is not testing. So that is not testing. So means, is code properly working or not? Is there any syntax problem? That is not testing. Then what is testing? Testing means verifying whether the code that you designed is as per the client requirement. That is testing. Is it matching the client requirement? Errors are there, that is error handling. That means identifying errors, fixing the errors is not testing. Identifying the bugs, fixing the bugs is testing. What is difference between error and bug? Bug is the client requirements failed. That means client is expecting the result to be something, but result something else coming. Client expecting there must be one title, but title is not there. Client expecting title name should be this, but it is having different name. So these are all testing. That means actually testing is the process of verifying the code. So verifying the code by matching with the client requirements. So testing is the process of verifying the code by matching with client requirements. So it comprises of two phases. It comprises of number one, as is, and to be. That is the basic thing. As is nothing but it refers to what developer designed, and to be means it refers to what client requires. What developer designed is as is. What client wants is to be. That means as is must be equal to be. If it is equal to be, then pass. If as is not equal to be, then it is fail. That means there will be two results, test pass or fail. That means if test passed, then it is pushed to production. It is pushed to production. Production means go live. If test fails, that means it will be designed again. It is sent to development. So I told you already so many times, entire software development happens in three phases. One is developing. So another one is quality. Another one production. So I told you na, in real-time projects, we have a lot of servers, sandbox, development, quality, and production. Development server where we design, quality server where we test, production server where we deploy. So if test passed, then it is pushed to production, it will go live. If not passed, then we will identify the bugs and report the bugs. So for that, actually, different technologies, different softwares are there. Unit testing means what? Unit testing is the process of verifying each and every function or property of the code of the object or class. So it is the process of verifying each and every function or property of an object or class. Every part by part is verified. So JavaScript supports various testing frameworks. Actually, so many testing frameworks are there. We have like Jasmine, we have like Karma. Jasmine and Karma combination people use. We have like Just, we have like unit.js. There are so many testing frameworks. So depending on technology, means actually only JavaScript we rarely use. We use JavaScript with React or Angular or with jQuery. Because I told you in real world applications, we don't directly use JavaScript. We use jQuery or Angular or React like technologies. They use JavaScript. So you need a separate framework actually. These frameworks are learned by testing people. Means people who are involved in testing job, they learn these frameworks, especially for web. Actually, other popular testing tools, frameworks, you have like Selenium and all. They are at very high level. That is for separately people who are involved in testing applications. These are the frameworks for developers. In developers also, testing people will be there. That means mostly this job is done by seniors What these seniors will do is they will test the code as per client requirement. Is it returning or not? And report the errors. So a fresher, no need to learn about this. I'm just giving an overview. Even experienced people also, nobody will ask you. That means in interviews anywhere, nobody will ask you, do you know testing? Very rarely for experienced people, they may ask, do you know testing, for experience? Because generally they don't take any person only on testing concept. And they know that anybody who knows JavaScript, he can use any testing framework easily. All testing frameworks are not same, because if you learn just and used it in one project, when you go to another project, there may be using another one. We are not sure. That's the reason even you mentioned that I know testing, then they will simply ask, okay, you know testing, but we are not using what you have learned or what you have worked on. We are using some other testing. But if you know testing, you can easily implement that, because only the methods, the syntax will change, right? That is basic. Let's see one simple point, means how the testing works. We can use any testing framework. So we will use this testing framework just. I will show you how to use this just. Just is popularly used these days by React.js. React.js, Angular uses Jasmine. Angular inbuilt comes with a framework Jasmine. React uses just. And it's not necessary that every React or every Angular should use those. Depends, right? By default, those technologies are using these frameworks, right? We will see, because we are not learning testing framework, because again, it's like JavaScript. Hundreds, thousands of functions will be there. In JavaScript, how you learned array functions, string functions, and the functions related to date, like that here also hundreds are there. That is the job of testing people. Our job is to just understand how to verify few things, right? For example, I will show you how the just works, how just like concept works, right? So let's see here. First, we will take a project. And in this, now here in this, I want to create one page. In this src folder. Yeah. So here I'm just using one file, that is index.js. I'm just using index.js. That's a JavaScript file, right? Now here I'm writing some functions. We are writing some functions in the JavaScript. So first function is, so title is a function, and this title function will take title and it will return the title. It will return the title. That's one option. We have another function like addition. This addition function will take two parameters and return a plus b. Like this, we have some function. There is a title function, there is an addition function. And if you want to use them outside, then we have to mark them as export. We learned module system. We have to use export. Right now, what we need to do is we need to install testing framework. In your project, you need any testing framework. So actually, testing framework is installed globally so that you can use in any project. In Angular, React, in this project, some another project, you can use it anywhere. So npm install just hyphen CLI and save. This is just CLI. CLI is command line interface. Any framework you know, right? You have to search in npmjs.com, and here we will search, suppose just, and you can see this is just. And when you select, it will open the just N2. This is npm just. Just is installing everything. That means it is installing everything. This is the official website of just. You can get more information about it. So this is very popular for testing. So this is the popular for testing. So it is used everywhere. So Babel, TypeScript, Node, React, Angular, Vue, different technologies, right? So how it works, I will show you the process, right? And I will just install this. Sorry, I will put it globally. Globally means you have to use -G so that I can use in any project. Okay, so that is installed. Once it is installed, now you see here, we are just running just. We are just running that just. Actually, just you can see there are no tests found. It says that 9 files it checked. 9 files means somewhere these all folders. It checked those 9 files and there is nothing matching with the testing. There is no test file. Obviously, there is no test file. We are not having any test file. How to create a test file now? To create a test file, first we install this, make sure that it is installed. So first step is install just globally. So we have npm install globally just CLI and save. After that, we need to add test file. For every function to test, we need a test file. So how? You see now, I am adding a new file. Add a new file. And this file will be index.test.js. So it should have the extension as JS only. Suffix is test. Generally, people have an habit of 2 words people use. They use spec.js or they use test.js. Spec, wherever you see spec, it is a test file. Or some frameworks use test.js. Some frameworks use spec.js. Okay, so now this is the file we are having test.js. Here, how do we write tests? Every testing framework technique is different. Actually, testing, remember, testing any function includes three phases. It includes three phases: arrange, act, and assert. Three phases will be there. We have three phases: arrange, act, and assert. Arrange means first you need to bring the function that you want to test. Means first bring that function which you want to test. Because function is not present here, we have to bring that function. How to bring? Here that function is not there. Then how to bring? We have to import. Import what? Import what function you want to test? The function name title. So import title from where? Title from, so which one? Index. Index dot what? JS. Another one, which one you want to import? Another one is edition from that location. First, this is arranging. So arranging indicates first import. Not only that, you need to define so the function name, class name that you are going to test. After that, act means you have to tell what to test. What to test? That means I want to test the result returned by it, or I want to test the capitalization matching or not, or I want to test whether the page is having an element or not. All such things we can do by using act, right? How we do that is first we have to write a method test. Test method, generally the test method, it comprises of test name. First one is which one? This is title test. Okay, we are testing title function and it uses a callback function. It uses a callback function. In that callback function, like that, we have to first arrange the test. What is the second one? Second one is again test. So what is the second one? Second one is edition test. We have title test, we have edition test. It uses a callback function here. We have two tests. One is title and edition. In title, what to test? Test that the function title is returning the same title what you are expecting. That means what we will do here is, for example, this index is not taking the title. What it is doing, it is simply returning a title called Amazon. It is returning a title called Amazon. Now let's go here. Here, what we are doing, we are expecting. Expect. We have to write expect. Expect. What you are expecting. So that means we are expecting a function to return some result. Expecting a function to return some result. That means now you have to define what is the function. That means the function is title. Expect title. What you are expecting? The title to be. What should be the title? The result written by that to be what? Actually, there are hundreds of methods. To be truthy, to be falsy, to be equal, to be array.
Recording in progress.
Received function. This will be title. Okay. This module system is having some limitations. So we will follow this technique, right? Because we are separately adding in JavaScript. So what is the technique is first point. Let's see here. What we need to do is first means these people here, they given another library to install. This is not having all the modules. They given another library for testing. We will install that library. What is that library is? They given the library is this one, npm install just. So I will give this library. This is the library install. This is not globally, that is manually installed. Okay. Now, how we can arrange act and asset, these three things I will show you. How to arrange act and asset is, let's create a few files. That means we need to implement few files. Every function keep in a separate file, separate folder, right? Every function in a separate folder. So what you have to do first, let's add a new file here. Or we will keep a new file. What is that new file? Remove these two files. Because previously we used which module system? ES module system. We used ES module system in JavaScript, but these people are using a different module system called require. So what you do is, I will create a separate folder, testing. Okay. Or test. Test is the folder. In test folder, we will create one file, title.js. Okay. Another file, we will add another file, edition.js. We have two files. In a title file, we will write function. And what is the function? Title. And what this title function have to do? It should return, so Amazon shopping, something title it should return. That's what you. How to export the function in this module system? We have to use module.exports and the function name is equal to title. That's what we have to do. Previously in our general JavaScript module system, we used export function name. Here we have to use module.export. Okay, next edition function. We have function. What is that function? We are defining function name. Function name is edition. It is expecting two values and it returns a plus b. Now what we are doing? So we are using module.exports. It should export which one? Edition. It should export that edition. Okay, now these two must be tested. Then we will keep one file. What is it? Index.js. Index.test.js. Index.test.js. Okay. In this, we have to import both of them. First, var title we have to import. Title we have to import using which method? Require from dot title. That is one. Another one, edition we have to import require dot slash edition. These two we have to import. After importing, we have to write two test cases. What are the? One is test. This test belongs to test. This test belongs to, this is title test. Title test, what is the function? So function, this function will expect the title function to be, it should be, so Amazon. I mentioned as Amazon, but what developers logic is returning? Developers logic is returning Amazon shopping, but they want Amazon, right? That is one. What is another test? Another test is edition test. Edition test contains, what is edition test is having? Expect, what is that edition? Edition function is expecting some 20 comma 10 to be so 30. It is returning exactly what it is expected. Now what we have to do on after configuring the test, we have to run. So to run the test, just you can use npm test. We can just run npm test. npm test. So it is going to identify the test and it is going to run the test. And you see here, so how many tests are there here? You see one failed. So one failed, one passed. Total how many? 2. What passed, what failed? It will show the result here. You will see that it will show the result. The title test failed, edition test passed. Right? Why title test failed? Received is wrong. To be, see, expected is what? Amazon, but received is Amazon shopping. What extra? It will show that. That means now what our developer will do? Our developer, we report this problem to developer. And what developer will do? He will change the logic and he will correct his logic to return as what? Amazon. Now, after you define that, now we will run this. So we are running this and it is going to display the result and it is showing task pass. Both the tests passed. Title test passed, another one edition. Edition test is passed. Suppose I am using here. So I am using here edition. Go here and edition. Edition is expected to be 40. Expected to be 40. That means client wants 40. So then run this again. This time you will see the test is failed. Which test is failed? So expected is 40. It returned 30. That means now one failed and one passed. If both are having problem, that means title is also Amazon A, something wrong. Then when you run and it is going to display both failures. It says that 2 failed. 2 failed. What is the 2 failed? 2 failed is nothing but, so you can see both are having problem. It is expecting Amazon but received Amazon A. Right? So now we will correct this one, corrected. And in edition also we are passing some 20. Both are perfect. Now let's run this and see. Then it is going to test and it returns and it shows the result. So pass. All the tests are passed. That is the basic approach of testing. This is not at all required because nobody in UI development will teach you testing, because not it is a part of that required at all. But having idea is good if you are continuing future with advanced technologies like React and Angular. There they will ask that there you will learn again. Same, how to write the tests, how to test the concepts, everything you will learn there. But having knowledge about this at this level is okay, good. But here directly JavaScript testing you don't implement anywhere, because directly JavaScript is not used anywhere first. We use React, Angular, jQuery, then there already everything is integrated. Just you need to run the tests, configure your functions. This is one framework. Every framework is not like that. Different frameworks have different approach. This is which framework? Just like this. The other frameworks we have like Jasmine. So Jasmine Karma frameworks. This is the Jasmine Karma framework. That is unit testing. Yeah. This is the what is the official site? Yeah. This is the Jasmine official. This, and here you see the functions change a little bit. Here it is using describe, it is using it is using expect. Expect functions look similar, but scenario of testing will be changed in every, and it's not necessary that everybody have to use same, right? They can change according to means according to their project requirements. There are so many, so you have like all these. So these are all different testing frameworks. One more popular one people use is Mocha. That's also a testing framework. These are so many test frameworks we have. We also have a very popular one, Protractor. These are popular for testing JavaScript based applications. And we can't guarantee that everybody will use what you have learned or used earlier, right? This is arrange, act, and asset. What is arrange? Arrange is configuring, test. Act is verifying, importing the function, and asset is verifying. So result by comparing with requirement. Verifying result by comparing with requirement. Asset is result, test result. Usually different people use different. For example, just uses the mechanism of test, and it uses a test name, and it uses a callback function. And in this callback function, it uses expect, and in expect it will be like some function. So, and it will have like to be something, some value. That's how it will do. Whereas Jasmine or Karma like frameworks will use describe. Describe is actually test case. So actually we call test suite. This is actually test suite. And in the test suite, you can have different test cases that is defined by using it. This is test case, and test case uses again a callback function. And in this function, you will have like expect whatever the function is, and to be whatever the value is. That's how we define. It changes according to the framework. And it's not necessary that every framework will have the same approach, right? Different. That is the basic of testing. So example, what we done first, add a new folder here by name test. Then add following files. We have two files. One is title.js. In title.js, I am adding this code Let's keep this code. In title.js, this is the code. And one more is edition.js. Edition.js, this is the code. And one more is index.test.js. In index.test.js, we have to write this. So we have to import and we need to define. Now, how to run this is after writing the test, third one, you have to just run the test. So run tests by using npm test. One more work is here. I will keep it 4 because to make this npm run test, what you do is go to package.json and there you have to write scripts. In scripts option, there will be an option called test. Which framework? Framework name. Framework name is just. If you write this, then for testing, it will use just framework. And for that, you have to just run npm test. It will run this one. Or directly you can write just. You can directly write just, or you can use this. That is the package managers. Already we know a package manager. We use these techniques for running application, running the tests and all. We can just use just also. That means we can write like this. Just I am using just. Just means it will compile directly and show. If I use npm test, what it will do? It will go to package.json. In package.json, it will see test is which one. Just it will run that command. I told you batch operation. It will execute that batch operation. That means even this is also running the same command. You see, it is running the command called just. It is running that. So we can use anyway. We can configure that. This will show the results, whether test passed or test failed. Actually, there are so many things in testing framework. They will provide separate utilities. Through that, we can export the results in PDF form. We can export the results in Excel form. We send this PDF Excel report to our developers. They will test. They will verify the problems. They will resolve the issues accordingly. It's a big concept. So you just need to have a basic idea on that. Right? So deployment and testing. These are the two basic things. I just showed you one. Sometimes JavaScript people use frameworks like Jasmine and Karma. They're different approach. Different approach means you can import CSS files, JavaScript files, and put in HTML page, and you can test. That's a different approach, right? But this is good because I showed you this just extra because in future, when you are learning Angular and React like technologies, there they use this mechanism. Of course, there you will learn testing. But here, having an idea, it will be good. Okay. So this is all the point of working with tests. Okay. So with this, we complete all the concept of full stack end to end, right? And we have doubts. We have some coding exercises practicing that we will see for 1, 2, 3 more days, right? Based on your interest. If you are interested, I told you, we will have coding practice, right? On JavaScript, we will have coding practice. So that coding practice, we will continue tomorrow. Okay. So problem means any issues are there. Once check all these, create that end-to-end application. If any doubts are there, we will take the doubts tomorrow. So we clarify the doubts tomorrow. Then we will start some coding examples. I will post interview questions answers into the classroom. Already I given every topic wise FAQs I am giving. Those are all question, but problem solving is important to crack interviews. Those problem solving, how they happen, I will give you one scenario. We have websites. From those websites, we will practice. We have websites like Lead Code, Hacker Rank. These are there. This is Lead Code. This is Lead Code. Lead Code is officially, it is a paid service. Free also, limited will be there. So we have paid service here available with us. Generally, what companies do is, if they want developers, for developers that conduct test, they conduct test through this platform. That means MNCs and all, they will prepare test. Here ready-made tests are present. Though what they do is they choose one test. They want Java developer. They will select Java questions and they will post to the online. And the developer have to write, solve those problems and do. Majority of all companies, they conduct interview from here only. You have the options here, interviews, contests, online interviews and all, they will conduct from here. So here, this is interview. We can schedule interview like directly here. That means online. That means he will be attending on Skype or Zoom, right? And we ask him, okay, write this code and show me. Right? That means he is writing the code. We can watch live here what he is writing, how much percent problem solved. And we don't need to write the problem. Automatically, it have test cases. It will verify that 10% correct, 20% correct, 100% correct. It will show the report immediately, right? And this is what companies use for test recruiting developers. And here we have JavaScript based some questions are there. JavaScript based some questions are there. That JavaScript based questions, these problems we will solve. In this already you solved so many already you know, because I showed you if conditions, for loops. I given so many problem solving exercises. I given you solutions like print a pattern for stars, print a pattern for this and that, right? All such questions are present. Here, these are the questions asked in all MNCs. And if you can solve this, then enough. You can crack any interview related to front end. If you can solve the questions given in this, 100% you can solve any interview. You can crack any interview. So few practice questions I will give you, and others means you have to do, and others, any help, I will give you the help, and others I will post. You can check them. Okay. Na? So tomorrow we will start this. Tomorrow we will start this. That means preparing for interviews. And everybody will not conduct interview from here, because only MNCs, major companies conduct interview like this. Other people just ask you your UI designs and all. That means they will say they are just satisfied if you can create good designs. They are not very much concerned. Small scale companies, MNCs, they conduct coding tests, but others, they don't conduct coding tests much. They will simply see your presentation skills. Means can you present correctly or not? Good designs can you create or not? Only that they will test. Okay. Tomorrow I will share a profile, means sample resume format. I will explain, right? How we can prepare the resume and keep the content in resume for UI developer. Based on that, you can create your own, right? That all we will see in tomorrow's session. Okay. Tomorrow I will continue.